Welcome. My name is Chad Carroll, and I'm here to bring you good news. With everything going on in the world today, the world needs more goodness, more joy, more happiness. And I believe that we can be brought together by the Good News Network, created by Jerry Weiss Corbley. She created this network 30 years ago. This article is brought to you by the Inside Wink. The article was published on June 7th, 2020. At Inside Wink, we love to share good. So we discovered the Good News Network and its founder, Jerry Weiss Corbley, and we are big fans. Jerry, I'm a big fan also. Jerry is a visionary. She knew 20 years ago that an outlet and a platform for positive stories were needed in the landscape of online media. So she created the Good News Network website. She's written a book of her favorite short stories, news stories called And Now the Good News. So we thought it was a perfect time to ask her some questions about herself. Jerry, you are the founder of a premier Good News Network. Could you tell us how you began this endeavor? Yes, I'm the founder of the Good News Network, and 30 years ago I came up with the idea. I was in television and news business in Washington, D.C., covering the White House and Capitol Hill as a freelancer for companies like CNN. And right away, I thought that there should be a good news show, but my colleagues told me, good news doesn't sell. I guess Jerry proved them wrong. Yes, she did. And I didn't believe them at all, she said, because I saw Oprah and other things, Reader's Digest, with their heroes' stories, and they were number one in their field. So I always kept that in the back of my head and thought that someone should have a place where all good news is in one place so people could find it. So here's an interview with the Good News Network founder, Jerry Weiss Corbley. Jerry's amazing. What did you do before the Good News Network? Did your old job have influence on your current position? So fast forward, I left my job to raise a family, and my oldest was 6 years old, and I remember the moment he was sitting at the table and NPR was playing on the radio the news. There was a story about a Bosnian war and rapes, and I thought, I wonder when he's going to get to the point, the age where he's going to start hearing these things. So I said, I got to make this Good News Network. And by that time in 1997, the World Wide Web had come along, and I decided to make a website. I had to teach myself how to make the website. I made it myself on my computer, and I launched it. I had to conquer my fears. I was afraid it wouldn't work. What would people say? So that was the real learning experience, going ahead and doing something even though you're afraid of it. In a world that seems inundated and not such good news, how do you stay positive? I have always lived in a beautiful place. If I look out the windows of my home, I have a beautiful view. That's one of the things that keeps me positive through the years. I have a beautiful family, and that's always something to be grateful for. She has an app on iOS and Android that you can download. Also a website, of course. Who or what inspires you? I love spiritual teachers. I listen to a whole variety of them. Eckhart Tolle about how to stay in the moment and be mindful, and also the law of attraction, which sort of plays in the Good News Network. And if you focus on the good, you can get a lot of good coming back to you. What have you learned about yourself in doing this work? Doing this work, I've learned how to focus on the good in my life instead of what the kids are doing wrong. What are they doing right? And focus on the good news. And what I learned, by the way, is that I can compete and complete things and follow through even when I have a fear about them. Do you have a daily routine? Could you tell us a little bit about it? Yes, I have a gratitude journal in the morning. I write all the things that I am thankful for, even if they haven't come about yet. I feel how I feel if they come about, and I write, thank you for my healthy body, even if I'm not feeling healthy. So I affirm and I feel grateful for what I am creating in the moment. What are your greatest achievements? What are you most proud of? I think overall, I have created a legacy, and that is the Good News Network. I am super happy that this community is on Facebook, and there are millions of people who turn to the Good News Network when things are bad. We had a spike in the traffic in 9/11. In the following days, we had a spike after the Wall Street crash. And when the recession started in 2008 and 2009, it was a spike with the Las Vegas shootings, and now COVID. It happens every time people want to focus on the good when they see everything, when they are hit with the barrage of negative news from day to day. I just want to thank Jerry for giving us this opportunity. And this, you can find this more at theinsidewink.com. Let's hear a little bit more of her interview and see what she has to say.
But my colleagues told me good news doesn't sell, and I didn't believe them at all, because I saw Oprah and other News Digest with their hero stories, and they were number one in their field. So I always kept that in the back of my head, and thought someone should have a place where all
Conquering your fears. Jerry conquered her fears. I'm conquering my fears. The question is, are you conquering your fears? Thank you, Jerry Weiss Corbin, for giving us a Good News. I give all my gratitude to you. I will be bringing you good news. I will be bringing you joy. I will be bringing you happy headlines. Thank you for listening to Chad Carroll, aka Chico Chad.